Please be seated. Well, as you heard, this week's lessons are all about laws. We need to take just a step back and remember what Jesus said just 2 Sundays ago. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to abolish, but to fulfill. Now, today's lesson is still part of the Sermon on the Mount. After the famous Beatitudes, we may not be familiar with the other things that Jesus said back there. Last week, we heard, in fact, that there are a lot more than 10 commandments. In fact, in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, there are over 630. It's not simply, you shall not commit adultery, as Jesus says, but you shall not have lust in your heart. We can sin just as bad, or even worse, by what we think as by what we say or do. Well, Jesus continues this week. Forget about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Instead, if someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other one also. And if someone takes your coat, give him the shirt off your back as well. And go the extra mile. All these new commandments might make us wonder if Jesus was really doing what he said, fulfilling the law, not abolishing it. Laws are strange things. Throughout human history, stealing a piece of bread has been punishable by death. In the South, before civil rights, a black man could be lynched simply for being accused of looking at a white woman. Human law, obviously, is greatly flawed, as we human beings are. Our laws only reflect our shortcomings. But what about God's law? Isn't God's law perfect, as Psalm 19 says? There is no doubt that God is perfect, and therefore God's law must also be. But the problem seems to be in how well and how correctly we understand God's law. That's what Jesus has been getting at. You can't pat yourself on the back for not committing adultery if you look at every woman or man who walks by with the idea in your heart. You can't say you love your neighbor unless you also love your enemy. So God sets a pretty high standard for us. We didn't hear today's first lesson from Leviticus because we were celebrating morning prayer, but in there is a second version of the 10 Commandments. And in that, God says very simply, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Wow, we have to be holy like God? How can we ever achieve such a high goal? Paul may have thought he was helping answer that question when he said to us, you are God's temple, and the Holy Spirit dwells in you. But I imagine we think that's more of a challenge than a help. How can we be holy even a tiny part of the time? What does it mean to have God dwell in us? You shall be holy. You are God's temple. And if that isn't enough of a challenge, Jesus tops it all. Be perfect, for your heavenly Father is perfect. How can we do this? How can we even begin? Well, first, let's not be too afraid of the word perfect. The Greek word that Matthew used is teleoi. And that word is used a total of 18 different times in the New Testament. So let's take it apart. Yes, it can mean perfect, but not in the ordinary sense of the word today, which means flawless, without imperfections, or unspoiled. Rather, it has the meaning that we learned, or many of us learned, I should say, in grammar classes when we studied verb tenses. Present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect all refer to a state of something that has been completed. Perfect, in this passage, can also be translated as complete, or perhaps mature. I think that is what Jesus was really asking for. The root of teleoi is the Greek word telos, which means destination, or goal, or target, or the thing that we are moving towards. And there's a whole thread of Christian theology called teleology, and it looks for the answer to the question, why did God create everything, and what are we here for? In other words, what is our purpose, our goal, our reason for being here? I think that the answer to that is that we are here to become perfect, to become complete. to reach our goal, and not just any goal, God's goal. As the author of Leviticus and St. Paul both say, we are here to become holy, to live as temples of God's Spirit. So how do we do that? Jesus has been giving us directions for several weeks. Blessed are the meek, blessed are the poor in spirit. Do not sin in your heart. Never be satisfied when you have only done the minimum of what God expects. Recently, a pastor whose blog I follow made something very clear for me. He said that although there are around 40,000 groups in the world today that call themselves Christians, there are really only two kinds: those who use the name and those who actually live the way Jesus taught. He pointed out that the word Christian originally meant a little Christ, a miniature Christ. Jesus' followers were examples of him, of his teachings, his actions. And he also observed that the word Christian originally was only an adjective, not a noun. No one was a Christian, but everyone could believe in the Christian faith, the Christian message, and if they did that, then they also had to perform Christian deeds of love, charity. They had to hold Christian attitudes toward the people around them, and they had to live Christian lives of prayer and service. As you see, all of these use the word Christian as an adjective. It all boils down to this: do you say you are something, or can people tell by observing what you do and what you say? In our collect today, which we haven't said yet, but we will shortly, we say, without love, whatever we do is worth nothing. Nothing. Not because it isn't good enough or because we did it wrong, but because we do it for the wrong reasons, if we do it for any reason other than for love. Or because we are using the word Christian as a noun instead of an adjective. We're claiming the name without doing the love. To be holy, we must love. To be perfect, to be complete, to be mature, we must love one another. To keep the commandments, whether they be 10 or 600. In the truest and deepest sense, we have to love God and love our neighbor. And that love never means just doing the minimum. It means going far beyond what is expected, even beyond what makes the most sense for us. Somebody hits me, I'm supposed to invite them to do it again? Are you crazy, Jesus? In Rome, there is a statue of Christ that has no arms. And when tourists ask, the explanation is that we are God's arms in this world. Everything that God accomplishes takes place because of us, because we do the work that God has given us to do. You get right down to it, this faith we call Christianity is crazy. But then again, we are called to be fools for Christ, as St. Paul called himself. It turns everything that we might call common sense right on its head. Love your neighbors. Okay, we got that. But also love your enemies. Do the right thing. But you have to do it for the right reason. Without love, whatever we do is worth nothing. It's quite a challenge. God asks the impossible. But God also gives us everything we need to be holy and perfect. As Paul reminds us, God's Spirit is in us. With the power of the Spirit. With faith, hope, and especially love. We can become what we strive to be. We can meet our goal. We can reach our destination. Because God is with us every step of the way. Amen.